Hi guys, it's Ian here from Crack Maths and welcome to this tutorial on how to calculate the area of a triangle. Okay, so in this tutorial, the key thing that you need to remember is going to be the formula for the area of a triangle, okay? It's not given to you in your functional skills test, so you need to memorize it. So I'm going to tell it to you now, okay? I want you to write it down and I want you to make sure that you have a serious go at memorizing this formula because if you know this formula, this question is a doddle. If you don't know the formula, it's pretty much impossible, okay? So it's pretty much like that. So the formula for the area of a triangle is the area of a triangle equals base times height, then divided by 2. Now, the important thing here to know is to be able to know how to identify the base and the height. So what I like to do is I like to think about any triangle. If you just swivel it round until it has one line on the floor, okay, and it looks like a tent, okay, and that line that is on the floor of the tent is the base, and the distance to the peak, the distance up to the peak is going to be the height, okay? So the top of the tent is the height, the distance from the floor to the top is the height, and the side that is on the floor is the base, okay? If they give you any other size to the triangle in your test, or just in any examples, just ignore them, okay? You only need the base, and then you need the height, okay? Everything else is a red herring. So let's have a look at some examples. So here we've got question 1. We've got a triangle with a base of 8 units and a height of 4 units, okay? I'm saying the word units here because it doesn't really matter what they are as long as they're the same, okay? So the units for the base and the height have to be the same. So if they're centimeters, they both need to be centimeters. If they're meters, they both need to be meters. If they're feet, they both need to be feet. But it doesn't matter what they are. They could be anything, but the units need to be the same. So here we've got 8 units and 4 units. So I'm going to do 8 times 4, which is 32. And I'm going to divide it by 2, which gives me 16. So the area of a triangle with a base of 8 units and a height of 4 units is going to be 16 units squared. Now the squared part is important because areas are 2D shapes, so we need to measure them in a 2D shape form. So we need a shape, they've picked the square. So essentially we're thinking about how many squares would fit inside this triangle. It would be 16, okay? 16 squares would fit inside the triangle of the unit of your choice. Okay, let's have a look at another question. So in this question it says the triangle has a base of 12 inches and a height of 6 inches. Okay, so 12 inches by 6 inches. So remember, we've been given the base, we've been given the height, so we have all the information we need. Can you remember the formula? Have a quick think. Okay, the formula is base times height divided by 2. So we've got the base of 12, we've got the height of 6. So 6 times 12 is 72. 72 divided by 2 is 36. So the area of this triangle is 36 square inches, or 36 inches squared. Either way, we need to have some reference to let them know that it is an area, and the way that we reference an area is by saying squares, okay? Squares, areas is squares, okay? Let's try one more. So this time we've got a triangle, it's got a base of 10 meters, it's got a height of 3 meters, okay? They're both meters, so it's fine. So we use the formula. Have a quick think. Try to say the formula now. Hopefully you did it. So the formula is base times height divided by 2. So we've got 10 times 3, which is 30, and then 30 divided by 2 is 15. So the area of this triangle would be 15 meters squared. Right, if you want more practice on questions like that, you can look at tutorial 42. If you want to try some scenario-based questions with me now, stick around and we'll have a look at these. The way that people often get thrown off with these questions is forgetting the formula, but also struggling to identify the information in a question. So I've written a collection of really long questions out here. I've borrowed the first one from Crack Maths, and it says here, Sarah is planning to paint a triangular mural on her bedroom wall. The base of the triangle is 5 feet and the height is 3 feet. What is the area of the painted section if she covers the entire triangle? So what is the area of the painted section if she covers the entire triangle? So, although there's a lot of words there, we can see a few numbers, okay? And we need to look out for the words of base and height. So, we've been told that the base is 5 feet and the height is 3 feet. So there we go. So remember your triangle formula. Area of a triangle, which is the space inside it, equals base times height divided by 2. So the base is 5, the height is 3. 5 times 3 divided by 2 is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. So there was feet, so it will be square feet, because remember areas are flat, so we need flat objects to put inside them. Squares are a lovely flat object that we can use to measure the inside of things. We can cut them up, squeeze them in. It's 7.5 square feet. Right, let's try one more question, just because it is important to get this skill out of picking out the information. So this next question says, a construction company uses triangular metal brackets to secure some shelves. If the base of the bracket is 10 centimeters and the height of the bracket is 6 centimeters, what is the area of the triangle bracket? So the base is 10 centimeters, the height is 6 centimeters. So therefore we just need to use our formula. Base times height divided by 2, 10 times 6 divided by 2. 10 times 6 is 60. 60 divided by 2 is 30. So the area of this triangular bracket would be 30 centimeters squared. So remember, that's squared. It's very important. Areas are measured in squares. Right. Okay, so just before I go, remember, it's very important to memorize this formula. It's not given to you, and it will stop you from being able to answer questions on the area of a triangle if you don't know. But if you need more practice of this as well, remember to go over to crackmaths.co.uk. But please, please, please make sure you memorize this formula. Base times height divided by 2. And remember that that is the formula for the area of a triangle. Okay, so long. I will see you in another tutorial.